Hello again, folks. We are going to be talking a little bit about the ways in which you are going to be assessed in this course, namely the quizzes and exams that will make up the bulk of your grade. Again, those homework assignments that will also be a part of your grade are covered in the Using Cengage and Applia video. So, what we're going to talk about again is how you'll be taking quizzes and exams, and there are different ways for taking each of those, and I'll also tell you a little bit about how you can prepare yourself for them. So, starting with the quizzes. Each module has a quiz attached at the end that has some questions relevant to the stated material and/or goals. For most of those modules, those exams, or excuse me, those quizzes are ungraded. They are practice problems. They are just designed to give you some extra repetitions. However, at 5 points over the course of the course, we are going to be doing a graded quiz. So those quizzes are designed to be taken at the end of their modules, and they usually cover 2 or 3 different modules worth of information. It's always going to be labeled pretty clearly there. They are all take-home quizzes, so you can download them very easily and work on them as you review the material. I strongly recommend that you, the first time through, practice taking those quizzes like a mini exam. Put your notes away, maybe set a little timer for about 15 or 20 minutes. See if you can answer it off the top of your head. Then you can go through and review those answers and get them right if you need to before submitting it. But here's how you find the quizzes. The first graded quiz is at the end of Module 2, and it covers Module 1 and 2. So if we click at Module 2 here, we see our different talks. We see our practice quiz and answers. Here's the graded quiz number 1. We can download the graded quiz here. You will be completing it. Please type it out. Please do not write stuff and try to scan it in or take screenshots. That's really hard to process. Please type out your answers as much as possible, and then you will upload it in the same place. For each quiz, you have until the end of the unit to complete them. In the case of the first unit, that means next Monday, the 16th at midnight. That's the end of Unit 1, so that's your drop-dead deadline for submitting it. However, if you want to have grades on it, if you want your grade to be calculated and you want to possibly be able to talk about your answers and get some feedback and work on improving, you should submit it at least 3 days prior to that, and ideally a little bit earlier. So the deadline for submission, that is the deadline for getting it graded at some point, but you're not going to know what your scores are, and I'm not going to be able to talk to you about how you did unless you submit it several days in advance. So that's where the quizzes go. When you are taking exams, there are going to be 3 in-class unit exams and 1 cumulative final exam. Here's how you can get prepared for those. First, you can check the syllabus to see the dates at which those exams are being given. Then, to make sure that your computer is up to speed in and taking those exams, you will want to go to Module 0, Getting Started, and notice there's a folder here near the top called Some Basics. In the Some Basics folder, there's a lot of different good information in there. Basic expectations, netiquette, how to behave online, ways to get around the course. But the one we're interested in right now is this technical requirements and support. So notice that in order to take exams in this course, you're going to need to have a working webcam. The reason why is that the browser system we use does several things, but one of them it does is it records you through the webcam so we can see, make sure that everything's being done in an appropriate way. Taking tests online is exactly the same as taking the test in a classroom. If you are talking to someone about the questions or you're running through your answers on them, that's the same as if you were talking aloud in a classroom when you were taking that exam. In other words, it's a cheating violation. It'll be dealt with very severely. Make sure that you find a private, quiet location where you can take these exams, both to minimize distraction and to make sure that you don't kind of trip over the line. Anyway, that system is called the Respondus Lockdown Browser and Monitor. There are some tutorials, and we have some links to those tutorials in our resources page, specifically the technical resources page. Where this is under that resources tab on the left. You notice a couple of things on top, and then we get into the Lockdown Browser and Monitor. I strongly recommend that as soon as possible, you install the browser, you make sure it works, you review this quick start guide. You are going to need it. If you cannot get this system to work, you will not be able to take exams in the course. So make sure that everything works as well as possible as soon as you can. If there are issues there, we have links to information technology distance learning folks, those sort of people. Again, I'm not a technical expert. I'm probably not going to be able to fix what your issue is, but please contact me just to let me know that there's an issue and what it is, but be talking to those real professional technical support people at the same time. So quizzes, take-homes, you just download them in the module that they're given in, complete them by the deadline, upload them via Blackboard. Again, type out everything so that it's easier to process. For the exams, again, you will be taking that on the designated dates through your monitors using this Respondus lockdown browser and monitor. Again, it will make it so that you can't view anything on your browser other than the exam, and it will record you through the webcam just so we can ensure that the test is being taken in a valid way. So review that whenever you're available or whenever you get the chance. Make sure everything works, and I look forward to hearing from all of you soon. Bye-bye.